Okay, first I want to start with some pleasant footage here. This is, it was a beautiful day today in Ohio, and this is some footage of my 8-year-old boy Rocco getting excited about going on his daily walk around the neighborhood.
Go for a walk. Go for a walk around the neighborhood. All right. All right. That's a zoomie. That's a zoom. Who's got the zoom? Who's the big boy with the zoomies, huh? Oh my God, the big boy with the zoomies. You're going for a walk around the neighborhood. I guess that was a resounding yes. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm showing you that because it's been 13 months since a vet recommended that I put Rocco to sleep. At the time, she said that he had, I don't remember what she said the percentage was, very high likelihood that a tumor they found in him when we took him into the vet was a hemangiosarcoma, and the options were to operate on him, take out the tumor, take out his spleen. First we'd have to send him to a cardiologist because he has an arrhythmia, so they'd have to get him on drugs, and then just so he could survive the surgery, and he still might not survive the surgery. So anyway, the only reason he was there was because he was having major stomach problems. We've only taken him to the vet twice in his life. First time, major stomach problems. Something was bothering him. He couldn't sit comfortably. He certainly couldn't lay down. So we took him in there because I was afraid maybe he ate something that had him blocked up and that maybe he had bloat, which can be really dangerous. They said they didn't think he had bloat at the time. His abdomen wasn't distended enough. So I said, okay. They offered to give him some drugs that would make him not nauseous, and I don't remember something else. I said, no, I don't want to give him any drugs as long as he's not in any life-threatening situation right now. I'm just going to take him home, keep an eye on him. We took him home, and shortly after, we took him for a walk again just to try to see if we could get him loosened up. He ate some grass. He threw up a big chunk of yak bone, and then he was fine. So voila, we figured out what the problem was there. He had swallowed a chunk of yak bone. We quit giving him those, by the way. But this last time, in February of 2024, when we took him in, it was worse. He had some problems the night before. Basically, the problem started on the 9th. It was still the 9th for me because I'd been up all night with him, and we took him in. It was actually technically the 10th, but it was the morning of the 10th. I had been up with him. He couldn't sit comfortably. He couldn't lay down, and then he started hacking, and he was like gagging and trying to throw up, and nothing was coming out. And this is the time where they took him in the back and they did an x-ray, and they found the tumor. And again, the recommendation was this drastic surgery: cut him open, remove the tumor, remove his spleen. For some reason they got to take his spleen too, but only after getting him on, sending him to the heart specialist and getting him on some drugs prior. And that the prognosis would be, she said that if they did the surgery, he'd likely live 3 to 6 months. And for me, that seemed insane. The idea that if my dog only has 3 months to live, that I would put him through this traumatic surgery that might kill him immediately, only so he can spend a month and a half of his final 3 months recovering, just didn't make any sense to me. I was looking at it from the perspective of he was fine just a few days ago. If I can just get him back to where he was a few days ago, then and even if this is this really aggressive, fast-growing cancer that she thinks it is, even if he only lives another 3 months, at least it'll be all high quality 3 months. It won't be him suffering in recovery from this really drastic surgery that they want to do. And I think I mentioned already, the other option was, if I didn't want to do the surgery, she said, you can just put him to sleep now. So clearly I wasn't interested in that option either. So I did what I do. I went and I started researching. I already knew a pretty good amount about ketogenic diet and its beneficial effects on cancer, and I looked a little deeper into some other things, and that's the whole point of this video. I hope that somebody sees it and they can easily understand the simple, safe, and effective alternative, apparently effective up to this point. We're 13 months past his expiration date if we would have put him to sleep in February. Hopefully you can go through this information. What I did is I actually ran it through ChatGPT so you could see its responses. And yeah, I want you to understand that what I'm doing here doesn't just apply to pets. Fair enough. I'm going to include a link in the, if you're watching this on Facebook, I will include a link in the first comment. And if you're watching it, or if you're watching this video on Twitter or YouTube, it'll be either in the first comment or in the video description. And I hope this helps. That's it. I do just want to add one quick additional thought and append it to this video before I post it. I've been thinking about doing this for a few months now, and the reason I'm doing it now instead of waiting until I see ultimately how this all works out, for all I know, Rocco could be gone in a month, or he could be gone in 6 months, or he might make it another year or more. And the bottom line is, as stated, what we're doing is apparently working really well. His quality of life is high. It's as good as it was 5 years ago. So I don't want to wait until it's over, especially if it's a ways down the road, knowing that this info could have potentially helped somebody. So regardless of what happens, up until now, it's a win for us. By posting this right now, even if it all ends tomorrow, we're still happy. But the point is, if it takes another 6 months or a year or whatever before the inevitable, I don't want to wait that duration when I know that this could reach people and be helpful. That's it.